From the very first glimpse of its canals and bridges, Venice swept us off our feet with a beauty so timeless it was like stepping straight into a movie scene. The charm of Venice is unlike anywhere else in the world, and experiencing it in person triggers a flood of emotions. But Venice is unique, a city built on water with a different set of rules, so even though we thought we had prepared very well for our trip, we quickly learned the city has strict laws with hefty fines that can catch tourists by surprise. So today we're sharing what we learned so you don't get caught off guard and can enjoy Venice to the fullest. This video is divided into chapters that cover preparation, transportation, food, safety, and the cultural highlights that make Venice so memorable. You can watch this video all at once or skip to the chapters you're most interested in. And to make your vacation planning easier, you'll find all the links and websites in the description below. Here's what you should never do in Venice and what you absolutely should try instead. Venice is located in northeastern Italy, built on 118 small islands, all connected by canals and more than 400 bridges. The city rose in the 5th century as people were fleeing the mainland to escape invasions, and they started building a city on water. Over time, it became one of the richest and most powerful republics in Europe. Preparation and arrival. Venice in summer is beautiful, but be ready for heat, humidity, and big crowds from June to September. But for lots of families traveling with school-age kids, it's the best time to travel, and let me assure you, we had an amazing time despite the heat. This is the best wind we've had in Italy. If you visit in spring or fall, so April to May and September to October, the weather will be ideal with fewer crowds. And in late fall or winter, Venice sometimes experiences acqua alta or high water, which means the tide rises and it floods parts of the city. The good news is Venice puts temporary wooden walkways so you can still get around. Just pack waterproof shoes and you'll be able to keep exploring. You can arrive to Venice by plane, train, automobile, or on a cruise. If you're driving, you'll need to park your car at Piazzale Roma or Tronchetto, because remember, Venice is entirely car-free, so you can continue by foot or you can take a Vaporetto. If you're flying into Marco Polo Airport, there's 3 main options to reach the city center. The fastest, but also the most expensive, is the private water taxi. Number 2, Ali Laguna is Venice's water bus that connects the airport and the cruise terminals directly to the city. We chose this option because the price was okay and it was very easy. And number 3, the cheapest option, taking a bus to Piazzale Roma followed by a Vaporetto. We'll give you more details on how to use the Vaporetto later in this video. If you arrive by train, Santa Lucia station drops you right at the edge of the canals, where you can also catch a Vaporetto. If you're arriving by cruise ship, most of the big ships now dock outside Venice, and they have shuttles that bring the passengers into the city. Where you stay will really shape your experience in Venice. San Marco puts you in the center of everything, but it's very touristy and crowded. Cannaregio has a more local vibe, quieter streets, and it's more affordable. It's also where you'll find the narrowest street in Venice, Calevarisco. Dorso Duro is the artsy district, and this is where we stayed. It was the perfect mix of peaceful and lively. Castello is less crowded and family-friendly, so it's great if you want peace and quiet. Santa Croce is practical, it's close to the bus and the train stations, so it's perfect if you're arriving or leaving early. Hotels in Venice can be small and very expensive, so staying in an Airbnb is often the smarter choice.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears.
Come with us to see our Airbnb this morning.
Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Surprise! Your hotel or Airbnb is going to ask you to pay an overnight tourist tax. It'll cost you between 1 and 5 euros per person per night, depending on the time of year you're visiting. But it's only charged for the first 5 nights of your stay, and the money goes to maintaining the city for both residents and visitors. Kids under 10 don't pay, and 10 to 16 pay about half. Hotels should add it to your bill and let you pay this tax by card, but if you're staying at an Airbnb, they may not have that little machine for credit cards, so it's best to have some cash ready when you get there. And while there was also an access fee tested in 2025 that applied to day trippers, the trial ended on July 28, so for now you can visit Venice without paying, and future decisions about it are up to the city. With the Venezia Unica system, you now have to book your museum and churches tickets in advance. What's great is you can also bundle in things like Vaporetto passes, Wi-Fi, parking, and even restroom passes, which is really convenient. The first step is to create a card for each person in your group. Then add the product you need under each person's name. Let's add some Wi-Fi and public toilet service for my 3 people. Now you have to confirm your date of arrival in Venice and your date of departure from Venice. Enter your information, your method of payment, and you're all set. In case of trouble, you can always email them. Check in the description below if you want the address for this form. Yes, you've heard right. Venice offers city Wi-Fi with hotspots all around the historic center and the main islands. The pass is pretty affordable. It costs 5 euros for 24 hours. You can also get a multi-day pass for 72 hours or 7 days. And the best part is you buy it online before your trip and you log in once you arrive. That way you can stay connected for maps or stay in touch while exploring. Don't forget to download offline maps of Venice before your trip. Between the narrow alleys and bridges, it's really helpful to have directions that work even when you're not connected. Are you going to Venice during summer? Well, your dreamy trip to the floating city is going to feel like you're in a furnace. In summer, Venice is hot and humid, and combine that with half the planet trying to crowd into the same place, it becomes one big outdoor steam room. Pack a bathing suit, and whenever it gets too much, hop on a Vaporetto, and just a short ride away, you will find Lido and its beautiful sandy beaches. There's plenty of place to cool off, many restaurants, and don't forget gelato. It's the perfect escape when the city heat gets overwhelming. And while we just told you to pack that bathing suit, don't wear it around the city itself. Walking shirtless or in swimwear is against the law in Venice and can cost you a 250 euro fine. Also, if you're visiting churches, make sure your shoulders and knees are covered or you may be turned away. Getting around the canals. Venice's Vaporetto is the public water bus, and it's one of the best ways to experience the city. A single ride is expensive, so if you plan to use it more than once, it's worth buying a 1, 2, or even 7-day transport pass. The passes save you money and make hopping on and off super easy. Riding the Vaporetto down the Grand Canal feels like gliding along Venice's main street with palazzo, churches, and bridges passing by on both sides. Kids under 6 ride free on public transport in Venice. For age 6 to 29, get the Rolling Venice card for 6 euros, which unlocks a 3-day pass for 27 euros instead of 45. We used the pass to hop on and off all day, rode out to Lido Beach, and on our last morning we took it straight to the train station for our early train to Rome. It made exploring Venice so much easier. A gondola ride is Venice's most iconic experience, the image we've all seen in movies, romantic, dreamy, especially at sunset or at night with the lights reflecting on the canals. It really does feel like pure magic. If you do take a gondola, here are a few tips. Prices are fixed, so don't expect to haggle. Always confirm the length of the ride before you get in. Ask if your gondolier offers singing or storytelling. Some do and some don't. Sunset and evening rides are the most romantic but also more expensive. However, don't feel pressured if it's not in your budget. The city sets the prices. At the time of making this video, prices were 90 euros for a 30-minute ride during the day and 110 after 7 p.m. You can usually negotiate a longer ride with the gondolier for an added fee. We really wanted a gondola ride, but the maximum is 5 persons per gondola and we were a family of 6, so we would have needed 2 gondolas. And that just wasn't in our budget for this trip. Yes, deep down I regret not spending for that experience anyways, but I guess it means we'll have to visit again. If you want a cheaper taste of the gondola experience, try a traghetto. Locals use them to cross the Grand Canal at spots where there's no bridge close by. They cost just a couple of euros per person. It's not the same as a private ride, but it's a great option if you're traveling on a budget or you just want to say you've been in a gondola. Some of the main traghetto crossings are Santa Sofia, San Toma, and Santa Maria del Giglio. Venice has more foot traffic than most places have cars, so walking on the right is a simple unwritten rule. Don't bring bikes, scooters, or roller skates to Venice. They're banned in the city and you can get a €100 fine. But all the narrow alleys and bridges, they're not practical anyway. However, you're allowed a baby stroller. In the city's historic center, you can't ride your bike, but you can't walk next to it either, except for one short stretch near Piazzale Roma. Instead, you'll need to leave it in a bike park. Mestre has a large facility with over 800 spaces near the train station, and Piazzale Roma offers a secure BC park with individual boxes you can reserve online or on site. Wander off the main alleys and just let yourself get lost in Venice. Away from the main tourist spots, you'll find quiet canals, hidden courtyards, laundry hanging across the alleys. After day visitors leave, Venice becomes peaceful and magical under the lights. Wandering the canals at night feels like having the city to yourself, and the best part is Venice is very safe even after dark.
At the end of the road, just enough to...
Venice can be tough if you have mobility issues because of all the bridges and steps. During our visit, I wasn't walking well with a surgery coming up, so I experienced Venice with pain and mobility challenges. It wasn't always easy because walking in the summer heat with crutches is wild. Here are my tips. Plan your routes near Vaporetto stops whenever possible. It helps you avoid crossing too many bridges. Pack light because lifting heavy bags over steps make things a lot harder.
There's a dream.
Venice is a walking city. You'll be crossing bridges, walking upstairs, and exploring for hours, so don't forget to pack comfortable shoes. Eats. Feel like eating a snack? You may notice you're not alone. The seagulls are watching. These birds are bold, sneaky, and they're really fast. They'll swoop right down. They're gonna snatch your sandwich or your gelato before you even know it. So keep an eye on the sky or enjoy your food indoors or in a quiet spot. You don't need to spend a fortune buying bottled water in Venice. The city has free public drinking fountains and they're all over the city. The water is clean, it's safe to drink, so bring a reusable bottle and refill as you go. And to make it even easier, there's a website with a map of all the fountains. I'm gonna put the link in the description below. It's part of a project to help cut down on plastic bottles and protect the environment in the city of Venice. I'm gonna take a few seconds of your time to ask you to please hit the like button. It makes a huge difference and it tells the YouTube algorithm to continue showing this video to other people. And you can also leave a comment, we always respond. The city might be known for its high prices, but don't worry, there are tasty budget bites everywhere, from pasta to go, quick breakfast, pizza, doner shops. It's easy to fill up without emptying your wallet. Another cheap option and a must while in Venice is cicchetti. These are kind of like Venetian tapas, and they usually cost between €1.50 and €3 each. Pair them with a small glass of house wine called an ombra for about €2 and you've got a real bargain. Venice is the birthplace of the Aperol Spritz, and you'll see locals sipping them everywhere along the canals. They're bright, refreshing, and usually just a few euros. It's the perfect drink to enjoy at sunset. Don't get caught off guard. A simple coffee at a cafe in Piazza San Marco can cost 10 to 15 euros, especially if there's live music. If you're ready to splurge, it can be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Otherwise, grab your espresso at a local bar for just a couple of euros. Fun fact, in Italy, cappuccino is only a breakfast drink. We were surprised to learn that ordering one after 11 a.m. is a big no-no. Treat yourself to real gelato in Venice. You have to skip the brightly colored stuff. The best gelato is made fresh in small batches, creamy and full of natural flavor. We tried Suso and we love Gelateria Squero.
$6 because I got $1 million today. And for my drink, the Brunello di Montalcino.
Oh. In Italy, most restaurants add a small fee called coperto to your bill. It usually covers bread, table service, and water, and it's completely normal. The amount is per person, often between €1 and €3. If the kids start getting tired of walking or running around everywhere, take a little break at Captain Candy. The colorful shop is filled floor to ceiling with sweets, and it's the perfect spot for a fun treat before heading back out to explore Venice. Is it good, guys?
It definitely is worth the hype.
This next chapter is based on information about forbidden behavior from the city of Venice. We've simplified these rules with visuals, but you can find all the details on their website. Check out the link in the description. The canals of Venice are not for swimming. Locals see it as disrespectful, and if you do, you risk a €350 fine. On top of that, the city can issue what's called a daspo urbano, which is an urban banning order. It allows the police to immediately ban you from the area where the violation took place. Don't sit on monument steps in Piazza San Marco. The rule is very strict and officials will ask you to get up right away. If you refuse, you could face a fine of 100 to 200 euros. Don't be tempted to feed the pigeons in Piazza San Marco. It may look cute for a photo, but it actually damages the architecture and it's banned by law. Fines can go from 25 to 500 euros. Yes, you can take your dog on the Venice water bus, but it must be on a leash and wear a muzzle. Small pets need to travel in a carrier, and don't forget to clean up after your dog since fines can be very high. Never buy fake items from street vendors. It's illegal and you and the seller could be fined up to 7,000 euros if the police conducts the sweep and you're caught with a knockoff. It doesn't happen often, but it's not worth the trouble. Don't ever throw trash in the canals. It pollutes Venice's fragile ecosystem and fines are strict up to 350 euros. You'll notice there's not many public bins in Venice. That's because collecting trash here is a real challenge. Trucks can get through the narrow streets, so all garbage has to be picked up by hand or taken away by boat. That's why it's best to carry your trash back to your hotel or your Airbnb instead. The city is generally very safe, but pickpockets love crowded spots like Rialto Bridge, St. Mark's Square, and the Vaporetto. Don't keep your phone or wallet in an open bag or your back pocket. Instead, use a crossbody bag or money belt and always keep your belongings in front of you. Pickpockets often work in groups and sometimes they even pose as families with kids to blend in. So stay vigilant. In Venice, ball games are banned in public spaces once you're 11 or older to help protect the city's historic streets. Public restrooms in Venice aren't free. They usually cost about €1.50. And trust me, you don't want to wait until the last minute to start looking for one. Do keep some coins handy, or even better, get a Venezia Unica pass, which can include bathroom access. Here's a map listing all public bathrooms. Culture and experiences. Climb St. Mark's Campanile, the bell tower in St. Mark's Square, for the best panoramic views of Venice and the lagoon. And don't worry if climbing isn't your thing, there's an elevator.
Greece?
Yeah, super good
I don't see no good beaches here.
Step inside St. Mark's Basilica, Venice's most famous church, and you'll be amazed by the breathtaking details everywhere you look. The Rialto Market has been part of Venice for centuries, famous for its fresh fish, fruit, and produce. You can take a guided food and wine tour exploring the buzzing market while getting insider tips from a foodie guide. I'll leave the link to this experience below. Tour the Doge's Palace and cross the Bridge of Sighs. It's named for the prisoners who sighed as they caught their last glimpse of Venice before being led to the dark cells. Owner of this bookstore, Luigi Frizzo, found a clever way to save his books from Venice's floods by storing them in bathtubs, gondolas, and bins, and the old ruined books, well, he turned them into a staircase. Take a day to visit the islands of Murano and Burano. Murano is world famous for its glass blowing and one-of-a-kind souvenirs. Burano, on the other hand, is a colorful fishing village known for lace making and its bright painted houses that make it one of the most photogenic spots in all of Italy. Our full Murano and Burano excursion video will be out soon, and I'll make sure to post it here when it's ready. This grand white domed church guarding the entrance to the Grand Canal is simply stunning. Make time to cross Venice's 4 famous bridges: the Rialto, which is the oldest and most iconic, buzzing with life; the Accademia Bridge, that gives you one of the best views down the Grand Canal; the Scalzi, right by the train station, and it's often your first glimpse of Venice; and the modern Constitution Bridge, which offers a striking contrast with the rest of the city's architecture. If you're lucky enough to visit Venice during Carnival, you're in for an unforgettable experience. The city comes alive with beautiful masks, costumes, parades, and parties. Just keep in mind, it's also one of the busiest and most expensive times of the year, so book well in advance if you want to be part of the magic. And that was our list of what to avoid in Venice and what to do instead. Up next, we're heading to Murano and Burano, the islands of glass-blowing and rainbow-colored houses. That video is coming soon, and I'll drop the link once it's live. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and to know more about our 20-day vacation in Italy, Greece, and Turkey, check out this video. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.